Hello, it's Harry here. So in this video, I want to show how to deploy our Shiny apps to the AWS EC2. This is based on a paper that I recently read. So here is the paper. It's from databentobox.com. The title is Deploying our Shiny apps using Shinyproxy on Windows 10. So I followed the instructions in this paper, although I didn't do my work on Windows 10. I did the work in Ubuntu 22.04. Okay, so let's get started. So in order to do the work, we need to have a few softwares installed in the computer. The first one is Docker, so we can check the version here. We also need the R software. We need the Java. We also need the SSH, so we can check the status. Okay, so with this software installed, we can do the work. So first, we will get a Shiny app from my GitHub account. So let's go to my account here. Okay, so the app is for creating the AE tables. So it's right here. Shiny app for AE table part 3. So let's just copy the link here, and we can do git clone. Okay, so you can see the folder there. So let's go to that folder. Okay, the program is app3.r. In the screen you can see those control M. So let's remove those symbols. It's DOS to Unix. Okay. So now we can take a look at the app again. Okay, it's not a big app. I think it's just a few hundred lines. Yeah, about 700 lines. So this app will read the ADSL data, ADAE data, and also a CSV file, or where the user can specify the order of the treatment groups. And the app will create 3 AE tables, like one level AE table, 2 levels AE table, and 3 levels AE table. So let's run this app here. Oh, there's no package called tidyverse. I need to modify this program. I don't want to use tidyverse. I want to use tidyr and dplyr. Okay, so let's run it one more time. Okay, so it's 3501. So let's go to the browser. It's HTTP localhost 3501. Okay, so here's the app. First we can upload the CSV file. So it should be under documents, and here CSV file, and upload the ADSL. And then we upload the ADAE. Okay, so we should get the AE tables. So this is a one-level AE table. It's for the preferred term, and we have the 2 levels. So this is a system organ class and the preferred term. So this one is 3 levels. We have system organ class, high level term, and the preferred term. Okay, so I'm going to show how to deploy this app to the AWS EC2. Alright, so I'm going to work in the folder documents. Okay, so I'm going to need 3 folders. So I will do the work in this computer in 3 steps before we can deploy the app to the AWS EC2. So I'll create 3 folders called step 1, step 2, and step 3. Okay, I'll copy some files to step 1 first. Okay, so here are the folders, documents. I'll copy something from event 1. So I have a Docker file here. I have a R profile .site. Just copy this to the step 1. Okay, we also need a folder inside the step 1. And this folder will hold the R programs. So let's call the folder AWS. Okay, and then we need to copy the R program here. So let's go to Documents, Shiny App. This is our program. So let's copy this to the step 1 AWS folder. Okay, so let's go back to the terminal here. Okay, we need to rename this R program to app.r. So let's do this. Okay, so now we need to modify the Docker file and just the Docker file. We don't need to modify this R profile.site. Okay, so in this step we are creating a Docker image. So this is step 1. So let's open the Docker file. Okay, so we don't need to modify any lines here. Let's change here. We need to change line 29. So notice that in line 23 and 26 we are installing the packages necessary for the R Shiny app. So if you are working on this task, you need to make sure that the R packages that you need are listed here, line 23 and line 26. Okay, so I'm going to call this app AWS. So let's do AWS. Okay, this is gonna be AWS. Okay, here is the R profile. Here we need to change the AE to AWS. Okay, so I think that's it. We can take a look at this R profile. So just 3 lines. Okay, now let's run some command. So first we need to build the app. So let's do docker build. I'm going to copy the command from the paper written by Yihui. So let's do sudo AWS -app. Okay. So this is going to take a while. So I'll stop the video, and when it's done, I'll continue the recording. Okay. So now the docker build command is done. So we can check the image. Okay, so this is the one that we just created, Shiny AWS app. Okay, so now we can run the docker run command. So let me copy the command here. Okay, so now we can go to the local host 3838. So let's do that. Okay, so you can see we have the app here. Alright, very good. So let me close this and I'll stop this command. Okay, so that's the first step. So we have built the Docker image. The step 2 is to build a standalone Docker engine. So we're gonna copy some file here. So we go to documents, go to event 2. So here we need 2 files. One is application YML. The other one is a jar file. So let's copy them. We go to step 2. Okay, so let's go to the step 2 folder. Okay, so about this jar file, this is downloaded from Shinyproxy.io, so I can show you the website. Okay, go to download. Okay, so the latest version is Shinyproxy 2.6.1. So we have the latest version. Okay, so this website has a lot of useful information. So if you really want to try this on your own computer, you can like read the information from this site. Okay, so now we need to modify the YML file. So let's take a look. Okay, so here I have title with AE example. So let me change that to AWS. Okay, we have here we have the name and the password. You can use any name. So let me use the name Harry, and the password is P1001. Groups is admins, ID AdWords. I want to change it to AdWords. Display name AE tables. Okay, so here I need to change this to AdWords. The app is Shiny AdWords app. that's it. Okay, so now let's run the command. So it's java dash jar. Then we just copy this file name here, paste. Okay. Okay, it's working. Alright, so it started Shinyproxy 2.6.1. So now we can go to localhost 8080 and see if we have the app. Okay, so here it is. My username is Harry. I have the password here. Then just sign in. Okay, so you can see we have standalone engine with AWS example, and we have this AE tables here. Let's click on it. Okay, here's the app. Excellent. So we have set up like authentication for this app, and we have the app right here. Okay, let me sign out. So that's all for the step 2. So now we are done with step 2. So let's do step 3. I'm gonna need to copy some files here. So let's go to event 3. We have 3 files, so let's copy them and put it in step 3 right here. Okay, so now let's go to the folder. Let's look at this application YML file. Okay, I'm gonna do some modification here. So here you can see we're using authentication method simple. I set up 2 users. One is the main. The other one is Harry. And here ID, I need to change it to AWS AE tables. And here, this root AE should be root AWS. The app is Shiny AWS app. Okay, so programming network. Okay, so that's it. Okay, now we can look at the Docker file. So we have copy Shinyproxy, copy this application YML. Okay, nothing to change here. Okay, that's good. Okay, alright. So now we can create the network SP example net. Okay, so it already exists. So we can take a log. Okay, alright. So now we just need to do Docker build. Okay. Okay, so it's all done. And last step, we need to do the Docker run. So I'm going to copy the command here. Okay, now we can go to localhost 8080. Okay, so now we can go to the localhost 8080. Okay, so we have, let's sign in as admin first. Okay, so we have the app here. Okay, it works. So let's sign out. And now we sign in as Harry. And we can take a look at the app. Okay, so everything works. So we have finished step 1 to step 3. The next thing we need to do is to push the Docker image to the docker.com. So let's do that. So first, let me go to the docker.com website. Okay, so docker.com. So I'm going to sign in here. Okay, so you can see I already have quite a few things here. I have a Shinyproxy example, and I have example 2 all the way to example 6. Okay, so let's first I need to sign in here. Let's do docker login. I need to use sudo. Okay, so I'm in. Okay, so now we are going to push the images that we just created to the docker.com. So first we need to run the docker tag command, then we'll do the docker push. So let's do this. Okay, so in my account I already have example 6, so let's do example 7 here. Okay, next one is the Shiny AdWords app. So Shiny AdWords app. So this one, let's call it AdWords 1. Okay, so after a docker tag, now we can run a docker push. So let's just copy this. Okay, so this is gonna take a while. I'm going to stop the video, and I will continue after this command is done. Okay, so this command is done. So we have pushed this Shinyproxy example 7 to docker.com. Now we just need to do the same thing for the Shiny AdWords app. So I'm going to copy this one here. And do a docker push again. Okay, so this second docker push command is done. So after this docker push, our work in this computer, in this Ubuntu computer, is done. Now we have to go to the AWS EC2. Okay, so I want to show how to create a new instance. So let's go to the account, go to AWS console. Okay, go to the EC2. And go to the instances. Okay, click on launch instances. Okay, so here we need to give it a name. So let's call it Shiny Proxy 6. Here you can choose Amazon Linux. Here we can use t2.micro. Here we have to select a key. You can, if you don't have a key already, you can create a new key pair. So here I already have key 3, so I'll just select key 3, my key 3, and also make sure that you check these two boxes: allow HTTPS traffic and allow HTTP traffic. Okay, I think that's it. And now you just click on launch instance, and you will get a new instance. Okay, so now my new instance, Shinyproxy 6, is running. We can use SSH to log into this instance. Okay, so let's go back to the command terminal. First, we need to go to the downloads folder. Okay, so we have a file here, my key3.pam. So we need to change the permission of this file so that only the user has a read permission. So we need to do chmod og minus. So other and group minus rw. Okay, so now the user still have write permission, so we have to remove that as well. So chmod u minus w. Okay, so now you can see for this file, my key3.pam, only the user has a read permission. Okay, so let's run the ssh command. We need the PAM file here. Okay, the username is ec2-user. Let's go back to the instance here, and we copy the we go to networking and we copy the public IPv4 DNS. So let's copy this. Okay, go back to the command terminal, just paste it here. And here, are you sure you want to continue connecting? So let's answer yes. Okay, so we are connected. So now we can run the commands in this paper. So just run the command one by one. So I'm gonna do that. So first we have the sudo -i. We have the yum update -y. Okay, now we run the yum install docker. Okay, let's check the Docker version, and we can do service Docker start. Okay, now we need to do a Docker login. Okay, succeeded, excellent. Now we need to do Docker pull. So let's do Docker pull. We get those images from the docker.com. So let's do it. So Docker pull. So we have Shinyproxy example 7. Okay, good. Now we need to pull the other app, the Shiny AWS app. So it's taking a little bit of time. Okay, all done. The next command we need to run is the docker tag. So let's do docker tag. We need to do this one first. Okay, so let's call it Shiny proxy example. Okay, and now we need to run the docker tag on the other app, Shiny AWS app. Okay, so the next command is the docker network. So I'm just going to copy the command from Yihui's paper. Alright, and here is the last step. It's a docker run. Okay, that's it. So let's go to the instance. here, and just copy this, the public IPv4 DNS, and we can put it here. Okay, so we have Harry, and we have okay, so we have adverse event table. If you click on this, so I'm going to sign out. If we use the other username, which is admin, we can sign in as well. Alright, so this is the whole process. So we have successfully deployed Shinyproxy and the Shiny app to the AWS EC2. So the thing to notice here is this is a HTTP address. It's not HTTPS. So I hope this video is helpful to you. So I will leave a link for Yihui's paper in the description of this video. So if you think this video is helpful, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you.